Hi guys, welcome to a brand new episode of SideQuest Podcast. Listen in and level up. I have a great episode for you today, but first, as always, let's get through the show notes. If you're not following the Facebook page, head over to Facebook, type SideQuest Fitness into the search bar, and like the page. There, you're going to get updates on podcast episodes, articles when they get posted, and you're going to get a brand new taco recipe every Tuesday for taco camp. Plus lots of other shenanigans and nerd talk throughout the week, so make sure you head over to Facebook. You can follow me on Instagram. My handle is SideQuestFM. If you want to see some cool videos and random stuff on Instagram as well, you can follow me on Instagram, same handle, SideQuestFM, or follow me on Snapchat, SideQuestFit. Follow me there. Send me your questions. I want to get all the questions from you, help you as much as I can on your fitness journey or your journey in life, whatever it may be. But head over to Snapchat, SideQuestFit. Follow me there. You get a little more personal, in-depth look at the shenanigans I get into throughout every day. But I do love getting questions from the community, so please send them out to me. If you have not left a review for the podcast, please head over to iTunes. If you're not listening on iTunes and you listen on SoundCloud or Stitcher, leave a review there as well. When you leave reviews, it helps me move up the charts on the iTunes store so that more people can see and hear the amazing guests that I've had on and have on each and every single week. So make sure you head over there. And don't forget, if you haven't picked up your copy of the 7 Principles of Fat Loss, head over to sidequestfitness.com/7 principles, and you can pick up your copy of the 7 Principles of Fat Loss. These are the same 7 principles I follow each and every day and teach my clients to help them shred away more body fat, unlock heroic strength, and just look better naked. So if you want to unlock strength or just look better naked in the mirror, head over again, grab those 7 principles of fat loss, and start following those today. What's up, guys? Welcome to the show. So over the last few months, you have heard me talking about my online clients, and you've heard from a few of my online clients as well about what they've done on their fitness quest with me. With summer heading in, I am taking a few more clients on to help people get ready for summer, help you get ready for bikini season or swimsuit season, or maybe this is your first time. Maybe you've decided that that's it. You want to get in shape, and you need someone to help you with your journey. On your journey, you need a Gandalf and a Samwise to guide you as you head into Frodo. And I am your Gandalf and Samwise, all packed in to one. I am taking on a few more clients. If you are interested, head over to sidequestfitness.com/coach and check out the page. You can apply there. You can find out more about what coaching entails and also see some of the amazing transformations that my clients have had while working with me. So head over to sidequestfitness.com/coach and apply today. What's up, guys? Welcome to another show. I have a great show today. I had another great question come in from a client, and we're going to cover this subject. This is going to be a very short episode. I'm not going to go into a lot of in-depth detail because there are studies I can cite, but honestly, after looking at everything, it's a very short and simple answer. But he wanted to know about taking ibuprofen, NSAIDs, non-steroid anti-inflammatory pills like Advil, ibuprofen, Tylenol, after a workout. Can it hurt your muscle gains? There are studies that talk about that. There are studies that talk about whether you should or shouldn't take it. And I'm going to go into that in this episode. Again, not going to be like an hour long. It'll be short, but let's get into the show.
Step up and you gotta get it fitness. Host Rob at the moment and the quest is you gotta check it and wreck it. You're breaking personal records and with the help of the guests you won't be guessing on the lessons. That's a +5 fierce. Got a low-key bamf right here. You wanna meet him, there's no better way to greet him than to strike a boss pose. Take a look into the mirror.
The DOMS. Delayed onset muscle soreness. The day after, you get out of the gym, you wake up the next morning, and you're like, oh my God, I can't walk. My legs. Or you wake up and you got that arm soreness and you're like, oh man, my biceps. My biceps are so sore. They're going to be so huge. I'm going to get all the ladies. Yeah. And then you go to like open a door and you're like, oh God, I never thought this could hurt so much. Or you don't feel it at all until you open a door and then you feel that. But we've all had the DOMS. You've all had that soreness.
A lot of times it happens the first week you're in a gym or the first week during a new program. Being sore doesn't mean that you had a great workout. You can have a great workout and not be sore. You can get great results and never be sore. Just means that you worked a part of your muscle or worked a part, most of the muscle that has really never been used in that way before. So it's sore because it's inflamed and it's healing. Ooh, inflammation. Oh my God, inflammation is awful, right? Inflammation is like, oh God, it's horrible. You can't have inflammation. Well, actually, inflammation is a sign that the body is healing. It's one of the first things that the body does to start healing itself. And it's important. But in the terms of working out, that inflammation can be painful. The DOMS. So you pop an ibuprofen to take care of it. But then you read an article and you go, wait a minute, this article says that I shouldn't do that because I'm blunting my muscle growth. I'm preventing myself from getting all the gains. No, I just killed my gains. So here's the thing about ibuprofen. There's a few studies out there on it. There's a lot of studies out there on it. And my client had a question on two of them. One of them was a study back before 2009 that said taking ibuprofen stunts muscle growth. And then one around 2012 that showed that people who took ibuprofen increased their squats by 300%. In my research, there's a whole lot more studies on ibuprofen and muscle growth. Primarily, here's the biggest thing that I found. The most common thing and what most people were looking for is that NSAIDs, non-steroid pain medications like ibuprofen, Advil, Tylenol, know that most of these have different pain killers. Ibuprofen is a painkiller, and then there's also acetaminophen. And then you'll have other things like Aleve, which I'm not sure what Aleve uses. I have to look that up right now. I think it uses naproxen. Yeah, I'd have to look up exactly what that is, but it's in that same painkiller family. So you usually pop those when you have headaches or some muscle soreness. But popping ibuprofen has been shown to decrease muscle protein synthesis, which means if you pop one the next morning, you might blunt the muscle protein synthesis for that day. Or if you pop one after a workout. Some people will pop some after a workout. So you're going to blunt that muscle protein synthesis. And different painkillers do different things. There's a great article on muscleevo.net about painkillers affecting muscle growth and showing that, acetaminophen blunts it and an ibuprofen is a little better than acetaminophen. And then a placebo, basically people just got awesome gains. But you also have to realize that these are also short-term studies. Many of them are done in, say, 6 weeks, over 6 weeks. And some of them, they have conflicting data. Some have shown that there is no effect. Some have shown that muscle protein synthesis decreases. Some have shown that strength can increase. Some have shown that, what was the one? Some have shown that you actually can gain more muscle. So again, fuck, Robbie, I'm so confused. I shouldn't. Here's the thing. With all studies, you have to look at who the study was done by and who was a part of the study. If you have someone who's undertrained, never trained before, come into the gym versus a group of people who trained for 6 years, well, those undertrained people could take ibuprofen and still see decent muscle gain because they haven't trained at all. They're still going to see they're still going to see huge gains in 6 weeks because they've never lifted a weight in their life. Their body's adapting rapidly. And then some of these studies were done with elderly and older people. Well, that's going to be a bit different for them because our bodies, age, we break down, but that is different. Here's the main thing about this and all the research that I did and what I found. And again, the man, the myth, the legend, Brad Schoenfeld, comes down with some great, great tips. And honestly, he puts it very, very concisely. This comes from an article on Men's Fitness about pain meds affecting muscle growth. And this is what Brad Schoenfeld said. And again, Brad is the author of the Max Muscle Plan, has written a ton of books. Brad is he's the GOAT, like one of the GOATs, the greatest of all time, in case you don't know that acronym. And here's what he said. For recreational athletes, occasional use of NSAIDs, ibuprofen, acetaminophen, Advil, Aleve, according to package instructions, is not likely to have any negative effects on muscle development. And regular use shouldn't affect muscle growth over the short term. Remember, short term. For elite athletes or those looking to maximize your muscle growth, long-term use of NSAIDs could keep you from hitting your muscle targets. Could. So here's the thing. This is what I'm going to tell you right now. If you're feeling a bit sore and you think taking the ibuprofen, if you know it's going to help you feel a bit better throughout the day, take the ibuprofen. If you're only slightly sore and you can deal with it, then just deal with the soreness. If it's really that bad, take the ibuprofen. Are you taking it every day? Hopefully not. If you're taking it every day because you feel like dog shit every day and your body is sore every day, then I think you might need to think about your training regimen. You might be going too hard. So take them if you need them. And it really comes down to this. If you are a bodybuilder and you want to be the next Arnold and you're like, I got to be the best of the motherfucking best, then don't take them. Because in the long term, it could keep you from hitting those muscle targets. But if you want to be stronger, look better naked, have more confidence, have that look in your wife's eye or your husband's eye where they're like, I want to rip your clothes off right now. Like if that's what you want to have, but you want to just be the best that you can be and you don't want to look like you're covered in dick skin standing on stage, then take the ibuprofen. It's not a big deal. Guys, remember, this is a marathon, not a sprint. It's all long term. So if you're sore, take it. Like really sore, take it. You're not going to hurt your muscle gains that much. There's a whole lot of data out there, yes, showing a whole lot of stuff. But ultimately, I think this comes down to another thing that most of us fall into. We tend to get really caught up in the minutia as opposed to the larger picture. Oh my God, if I take ibuprofen, my biceps aren't going to grow to where I want them to be. One day isn't going to hurt you. It's the same thing as like having one day where you just go off the rails on your diet. Get back on that shit the next day. We focus on the small things and forget about the big things. And I understand. Because I believe that, continuous movement of the small things builds the larger things. Now, if you're continually fucking up your diet or continually being sore, then obviously you need to do some reassessing. But one day of being sore and taking ibuprofen, not going to hurt you. You're totally going to be fine. So don't get so focused on studies that show this and that. Think about the long-term picture. Long-term. And if popping an ibuprofen every once in a while, maybe once a month, maybe twice a month, if that's what you're doing, then you're fine. You're not going to hurt muscle growth. As long as your nutrition's on point, as long as you're eating plenty of protein, you're going to be fine. So I think this is a great question because this is one of those things a lot of people have asked about and a lot of people look at and you see articles written on. But again, stop focusing on the small details. Focus on the big picture. And the big picture is get your nutrition on point, stay active, lift heavy weights, focus on the big compound lifts that burn the most calories. I'm talking about, pushing, bench presses, overhead presses, squats, deadlifts, farmer's carries, rotational movements, anti-rotational movements as well. Those things that burn the most calories and help you look better and feel better and be a lot stronger. Like that's the key is strength. Strength. Don't worry about taking an ibuprofen every once in a while. The little things like that, you're getting too caught up in the minutia. It's fine. You're really not going to hurt yourself in the long run. Unless, again, you're popping them every day. If you're popping them every day, then I think you might need to look at your workout routine. If you're grotesquely sore every day, then you're probably doing too much, in my opinion. So back it off a little bit. Have a good workout where you're not sore. Take less of the ibuprofen. But that's a great question that came in from Nathan. So Nathan, thank you for the question. And guys, remember, it's so easy to get caught up in the minutia. And so easy to hear these studies and read these things and think, oh my God, if I just do this one. Stop. Long run. So if you're sore, take the ibuprofen. If you're sore and you can deal with it, don't take the ibuprofen. But do what is best for you. And if you really need to be the most muscle effective, like just covered in dick skin on stage looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger, the best of the best, then don't take them. But if you just want to look better naked, have more confidence, more strength, be a better husband, be a better wife, be a better human being, improve yourself, it's okay to take an ibuprofen or an Advil or a Aleve every once in a while. Don't worry about it. All right, guys, I hope that answers your question. Nathan, thank you for sending it in. And if you have questions, hit me up at sidequestfitness@gmail.com, and I'll get your questions on the podcast as well. Now, guys, get out there and kick ass at life.
Step up and you gotta get it fitness. Host Rob at the moment and the quest is you gotta check it and wreck it. You're breaking personal records, and with the help of the guest you won't be guessing on the lessons. That's a +5 fierce. Got a low-key bamf right here. You wanna meet him, there's no better way to greet him than to strike a boss pose. Take a look into the mirror.